It's New Year's Eve. Let's get poppin'. Welcome back to That's Rank. My name is Chris, and Happy New Year's Lockdown 2. Let's get right down to your party-packed business. We're ringing in the new year, and when it comes to your snack of choice, it's important that you make smart decisions. Well, thankfully, the makers of SmartFood popcorn have rolled out with 3 new limited time flavors for this season's celebrations, and tonight, my resolution to you is to determine which of these snacks belongs on your lips when the clock strikes midnight. Much like ringing in the new year with one of my videos, our first offering is sweet and salty. And your first question to me might be, what's the difference between this bag of sweet and salty SmartFood and the usual tan bag that's available year-round that also claims to contain sweet and salty SmartFood? Now, first of all, just because you've been eating SmartFood doesn't mean that you need to get smart with me. And secondly, the difference is fairly evident. This popcorn comes in a festive bag, complete with the Christmas wreath. I don't see any year-round SmartFood doing that. Well, it looks like this bag expired on December 28th, so it really is a seasonal offering. Well, you know what? 3 days never hurt anybody. I mean, look at Jesus. 1 minute he's dead, 3 days later he's risen, and he's handing out Easter eggs while all the children around the world are sleeping. This is some pretty unspectacular looking popcorn. I assume this is one of those deals where it's all about the seasoning, because on the surface, it looks like popped kernels with nothing else. Hopefully the flavor of being cooked inside a kettle really takes off and hits us harder than the champagne wheel around 11:45 tonight. You know the feeling, when the room starts spinning and the only resolution you can come up with is not to throw up on your date at midnight. Well, they definitely went all out on the sweet, and I think maybe a little too much. I'm not getting enough salt to contrast the sweet, so it tastes like a flavorless sweet popcorn, at least to me. I'd have loved to see them go harder with the salt. Salty popcorn is always a treat. This is just sugary and not my favorite. Let's check out some online reviews just to make sure I'm giving you a fair view of this popcorn. Laura M., who's a level 1 foodie expert, gives these 3 stars and writes, "I packed one of these in my bag when I took my doctor to her docked app. It was okay, but didn't have no salt." Laura, I think I speak for all of us when I ask, what? Whitney S. also gives these 3 stars, writing, "Very tasty, and it definitely quenches your sweet tooth. Just don't eat too much of it." Is there something in this popcorn that's causing a run on nonsense in the reviews? Or am I eating it wrong so that it's not fully quenching me? I don't see a smoothie recipe anywhere on the bag. Maybe that's for the newer bags. This one's 3 days expired. I'm gonna say I can't recommend this one unless you're looking to have your snack thirst quenched or you've recently toked your daughter. Then I assume it's okay. Our next limited time offer is the Caramel and Cinnamon Apple Mix. This feels less like a holiday mix and probably more like the fall, but given the mess that was the sweet and salty, it's wise to cast our net a little bit wider to find a winning popcorn for the new year. Thankfully, this bag is not yet expired, holding itself strong through the month of March. However, there is a warning up top that lets us know that the caramel popcorn may have settled, and this bag needs to be shaken before opened, just in case it's getting a little too comfy down at the bottom there. I learned that move from a British nanny. Now, there's another fact that I just noticed down at the bottom, and this one reads, "Clearly, this popcorn has been enlarged to show texture." Well, duh, clearly. And even the front of the bag isn't enough to heed all the warnings. You know, this is really starting to feel like a very dangerous bag of popcorn, and I'm tempted to give up right here because that's just a lot of information to remember. This one tells us, fair warning, this popcorn may cause feelings of coziness. Well, I've got to say, I appreciate the heads up on that one. I guess I can leave my Snuggie in 2008 because I've got this popcorn to keep all the feels right here. This is as advertised in terms of appearance. We've got caramel corn here, but some of the pieces are dusted with a powder instead, which I guess is the apple cinnamon bits. It smells like fall. It's got a very state fair vibe to it. Like not the fried oil parts of the fair, but the other parts where there's candy apples and donuts being made. I'm gonna grab one of each piece. Great balance. I don't find the apple cinnamon pieces very sweet, but they don't need to be because the rich caramel ones more than carry that end of the bargain. This stuff is dangerous, y'all. There's just such a satisfying crunch that comes from breaking a caramelized shell. This is a great combination, and while I've got questions about just how in tune it is with the holidays, I'm prepared to cast those thoughts aside given how banging this popcorn is. Alright, let's see what the general public thinks. Here's one from Dr. Boolittle, who calls the popcorn horrific, rating it 1 star. Holy Mother of God! I have never eaten anything so horrible in my entire life. I put 2 pieces in my mouth and had to spit it out immediately. It tasted like a gym shoe that sat in a locker for 3 years. Thinking it was just me, I had other people where I work try it and one of them vomited it up. We thought that this is what they feed to prisoners at Guantanamo Bay, but I realized that even terrorists don't deserve this crap. I want my money back. I want the taste buds in my mouth back. I want my life prior to this abomination back. But countering that point is Meek, who gives these 5 stars and asks to make this permanent. I ate a whole bag of this popcorn in 1 sitting. I am tall and slim, not big. Well, Meek, I enjoyed it too. And I'm also tall, but not slim, so maybe the central theme here is tallness. If you're above average height, this might be the popcorn for you. Well, blow me down and shiver me timbers, the captain is already making another appearance on the channel. Sure didn't take long for this old salty dog to tickle us with his mustache once again. This one's called the Mary Berry Popcorn Mix, and it's advertised as a mix of red and green Crunchberries on the interior. But don't be fooled, guys. As we covered in our walkthrough of the Captain Crunch library of cereals, Crunchberries are a scam. They're all the same fruit, so don't expect the green ones to taste green or the red ones to taste red. They just taste like stuff. I admit this is the one that I'm most intrigued about. I don't actually know if the popcorn itself is flavored or if they threw some cereal into the mix and called it a day, but there's only one way to find out. There's definitely something on the popcorn itself. I just can't tell what it is exactly. It smells like their normal buttered popcorn, so let's see what's going on here. I feel like we're on the cusp of something special or an epic disaster. Okay, seriously? What was that? You have the nerve to call yourself SmartFood because that is some of the stupidest food I've ever eaten. Crunchberries? Good. Buttered popcorn with salt? Good. Mixed together? Why? No, seriously, I'm asking you, SmartFood. Why? You know where the Crunchberries would have worked? With the kettle corn. Those needed a boost. Buttered and salted popcorn needs to stay in its damn lane because it's perfect exactly the way it is, and it's you people taking it for granted that have made it think that it needs to be something that it's not. It's a beautiful treat. It never needed to change. You know what, Captain? Get the hell out. Go focus your efforts on fixing your damn peanut butter cereal and leave my popcorn alone. Well, we've done it. A snack food made me mad. And no, I don't resolve not to get mad in the new year. In fact, if anything, I'm gonna get angrier when snacks deserve it. It starts here, but 2022 is gonna feature the rise of my eyebrows. So stick with the caramel, apple, cinnamon, popcorn, leave everything else in 2021. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.